Beijing-based Xiaomi has enlisted 6 more Chinese banks to arrange its Hong Kong listing. The IPO is expected to be the biggest in the world in nearly 4 years. Bloomberg News reported the smartphone maker is considering seeking $10 billion from the share listing. Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley are leading the deal as so-called sponsors. Twitter has announced a broad reorg within the company. The social media platform has dissolved its live video team and consolidated the unit into its content partnerships team. Video has become a standout for Twitter. The number of daily video views has almost doubled in the last year and made up the majority of ad revenue for the last 2 quarters. For more, we're joined by Bloomberg Tech's Selena Wang, who covers the company. So video is doing well, but they're dissolving the video unit? This doesn't make sense.
It certainly comes at an incredibly strange time, especially since it's only weeks after it announced that it had inked dozens of deals with players like Disney and NBC. And of course, we have the Bloomberg TikTok news live streaming service. Now, Twitter's main line is that this doesn't impact their overall commitment to live video and that this is simply a reorganization so that they can execute on deals faster. But I have spoken with sources inside the company who say that the story is a little bit different and that there's been some internal dissension about how much they should be focusing on live video as a standalone product. As you know, Anthony Noto, the former chief operating officer, was really spearheading Twitter as becoming the future live destination for all live content. And that was really his focus on driving the future growth of the company. Now, with Jack solely back at the helm, it looks like he would really like to fold live video into the broader content strategy.
So Twitter's statement, we are taking steps to streamline this organization to enable increased efficiency around the world and better align with our global strategy and vision. So does this mean more or less deals? Because as you said, they've just struck a number of deals and partnerships.
Now, some of those people who struck those deals are actually no longer at the company. The person they hired just a year ago to really spearhead this live video team has left the company. The head of news partnerships has left the company. They've shifted people around. I don't necessarily think it means that more or less deals will be struck, but it may mean that some of these brands and advertisers are less happy about the new deal and outcome that they're going to get. We haven't seen Twitter create a dedicated tab for live video. We haven't seen them make live video easier to surface. I think that from Jack's perspective, he wants the platform to be content agnostic. So it's not about if it's video, if it's live, or if it's a photo, or if it's a tweet. It's about let's get anything relevant to you, surface to your feed, and let's not focus on specific content areas.
Meantime, Twitter was added to the S&P 500, so good news there. Analysts are mixed on the stock, but it's still up more than 60% so far this year. With Twitter, you never know. The winds are always changing. But do you think we could see an inflection point in investor sentiment?
I don't think this reorganization alone will see an inflection point. I think there has been a sort of change of tides in terms of sentiment among investors and analysts about this company over really the past 6 months to a year as they have started to execute on a lot of the promises that they were making. The platform is in fact easier to use. They are doing a better job of streamlining the content that's delivered to people. I do think that this reorganization does raise some questions, though, about the commitment they have to video, which is driving now more than half of their advertising revenue, and to the brands and partners that have already signed on to dedicate a lot of resources to the platform.
So what's next for Twitter?
What's next for Twitter? Well, I have been hearing that they've been working very hard on some product changes, so I'm expecting that they're going to unveil something new in the near future. They have also been executing on this Ads Transparency Center that Facebook has also been hard at work on. They're really gearing up for the midterm elections. They need to make sure that all of the candidates are verified. They need to tamp down on bots and content that is trying to impact and manipulate the type of conversation that's happening on the platform. And as Jack has been saying over and over again, he wants Twitter to be a happy, healthy, and nice place again, which it hasn't been.